In a quiet village surrounded by hills and rivers, lived a young man named Arjun. From a very young age, life had tested him in every possible way. He lost his parents in an accident when he was just 10, and was raised by his grandmother, who could barely make ends meet. Every morning, Arjun would walk 5 kilometers to school and then help his grandmother sell vegetables in the market. Kids his age laughed and played, while Arjun worked through blisters and exhaustion. Sometimes, he'd sit on the riverbank, staring at the sky and asking silently, "Why me?" One day at school, Arjun's teacher asked the class to write an essay titled, "Who Am I?" Arjun sat in silence, unsure what to write. His classmates boasted about their parents' jobs, their vacations, their dreams of becoming doctors and engineers. Arjun felt small. Forgotten. Defined by his poverty and pain. But that night, his grandmother said something that changed everything. She gently placed a hand on his shoulder and said, "Beta, pain is real, but it's not permanent. You are not your struggles. You are what you choose to become despite them." That night, Arjun wrote, "I am not the boy who lost his parents. I am the boy who learned to survive. I am not the boy who walks barefoot. I am the one who walks with purpose. I am not my struggles, I am my strength." From that day on, Arjun stopped feeling ashamed of his past. He worked harder than ever, not just to survive, but to rise. He woke up before dawn, studied under streetlights, and taught younger kids to earn a little extra money. Years passed, and his hard work bore fruit. Arjun topped his high school, earned a scholarship, and left the village to study engineering in the city. But the struggles didn't end. He battled loneliness, rejection, and hunger. There were nights when he cried himself to sleep. But each time, he remembered his grandmother's words, "You are not your struggles." 10 years later, a young man in a crisp suit stepped onto the stage of a packed auditorium. It was Arjun, now the CEO of a tech startup that employed hundreds. He was being honored for his contributions to rural education and development. As he accepted the award, he looked into the crowd and saw his grandmother, now old and frail, smiling with teary eyes. Arjun held the mic and said, "People once looked at me and saw poverty, misfortune, and pain. But I refused to be defined by my struggles. I chose to be defined by my response to them." If you're going through something hard today, remember your story doesn't end in the struggle. It begins there. We all face challenges. Some visible, some hidden deep inside. But no matter where you come from or what you've been through, you are not your pain, your failures, or your past. You are your resilience. You are your courage. You are your comeback. Your struggles do not define you, your strength does.